How algorithms became the empire. Big tech took power. 4 CEOs, 1 hearing. Google, Amazon, Facebook, Apple. Billions of invisible data points, searches, messages, purchases turned into power. They built an empire, not of land, but of code. In Brussels, fines fell. In Washington, questions echoed. But beyond the hearings, the systems kept running. Empires once taxed land. Now, they tax attention. July 16, 2019.
Hereby annuls the Commission's decision.
Washington, D.C. Inside a crowded congressional hearing, 4 men raised their right hands. The CEOs of Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple. Camera shutters burst like tiny storms. Each flash records more than a moment. It captures an empire. Behind every flash sit billions of invisible data points, search queries, private messages, purchase histories. They have become currency, fuel for a machine that moves markets and moods. Lawmakers speak of innovation, jobs, and freedom. The microphones warm to their words, but those words never touch the architecture of power, only its scenery. Beyond this room, warehouses stretch for miles. Data centers hum under winter-grade chill. A click in Kansas becomes a record in Oregon. A glance in Delhi becomes a line of code in California that no human will ever read. These companies do not just sell ads or apps. They choreograph distribution, discourse, and decision-making. The hearing will end by mid-afternoon. The empire, quiet, electrical, and algorithmic, will not. Europe was the first to strike back. September 27, 2017, Brussels. The European Commission announces a record fine against Google, 2.42 billion euros, for favoring its own products in search. The search box that taught the world how to ask had also decided what we get to know. For most of the world, the first page is the world, and the first result is a verdict. A market share above 90% is not just a number, it's a monopoly on curiosity. The ranking that pushes a restaurant to page 2 can push a small business into silence. We learn to trust the clean white page without asking who curated the Museum of Links. Empires once taxed land, now they tax visibility. The other, March 22, 2021, Seattle. A new fulfillment center comes online. Steel ribs, yellow conveyors, robots moving with balletic precision. Amazon began as a bookstore. Now it's the default setting for commerce. Behind each order is an algorithm, pricing, forecasting, replenishing, a garden with invisible fences where the gardener controls the hose. Timber. Inside the warehouses, workers move to the tempo of machines. Packages are a metronome. Bodies keep time. Scanners track speed, heat maps predict fatigue, and discipline is measured to the second. Amazon calls it efficiency. Workers call it survival. The architecture of commerce has merged the human and the machine. Yet Amazon's real power lives in the cloud. AWS, the infrastructure behind the internet itself. From streaming platforms to hospital records, our lives run through its servers. A single error in one region can darken apps across continents. We call it the cloud because it sounds harmless, but it is steel, concrete, and laws of physics. The empire is not virtual, it's electrical. No, April 10, 2018, Washington again. The word Cambridge Analytica enters the record. Facebook faces Congress for harvesting data on millions of users. The feed itself is a machine for attention. It rewards anger over understanding, speed over truth. Elections become experiments in algorithmic persuasion. The platform apologizes, adjusts the dials, and keeps scrolling. By 2021, it rebrands as Meta, a new world of virtual spaces and old habits. A mirror we can never look away from. Billions of people share their lives into a feed that learns their rhythm and feeds it back. It's both a diary and a megaphone, underwritten by an auction where identity is the inventory. And above it all, the cloud. AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud rent out computation as if it were oxygen. Governments, banks, and hospitals depend on servers they don't own, in countries they can't see. If code has become law, then the cloud has become the court. Architecture is destiny, and the firm that controls the rails can price the trains. Back in Washington, the hearing ends. The executives stand, the cameras dim, and the sound of shutters fades into silence. But beyond the Capitol, the systems hum on. Servers, warehouses, fiber, code. An empire without flag or anthem. Empires once taxed land. Now, they tax attention. The question is no longer who rules the world. It's who runs its code.